Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to vlog number 2 in Guyana. And today we are just talking about privilege. Are we privileged in our lives? And there's a few stories. As I've lived in Guyana, we're actually here on a business trip and I had the privilege to go to a school called St. Joseph's School. And in that school, a few ambassadors, a few kind of celebrities from the country or from the company, they came to talk about their lives. And that just touched my heart, because I got to see how unprivileged they are and how kind of privileged I am. And sometimes I tend to complain and I tend to rustle and worry about certain things. And right now I'm in a third world country, which I've never been in before. But in a way, even though they are privileged, they are still really uplifted by the name of Jesus. So this one ambassador, he was here, he was talking to the kids and they made the kids feel welcome and they were really making the place lively with the kids. And they sung to the kids and they sung this great song. One of them had a song about Guyana and the other one kind of had a song about Jesus and how Jesus uplifted his life and how Jesus was the rock of his life. And it was actually like a gospel kind of rap song that he did. And he spoke about his life and it was just so powerful to see him speak about his life. I mean, he really came from nothing. Like, he was telling us about how he had $1 for an entire week. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if you had only $1 for the whole week? What you would do? I mean, most days you wouldn't be able to eat. Most days you probably wouldn't even be able to sleep. And going through your head, he was talking about in his head, going through about selling drugs and possibly joining a gang or like going out and getting up to no good. But you know what he decided? He decided to get up and he decided to try and make the most out of his life. And he really worked really, really hard. Like super duper hard to get to where he is now. And that's what I want to talk about. Are we too privileged to make the most out of our situation? Do we get into a slum sometimes? Do we not see the privileges in our lives? Like, we have money in the Western world and in America and in England. We have this stuff. We have clean water. We have clothes on our back. Most of these people, sometimes they talk about not even having any clothes, like having holes in their trousers and having to try and find work. Could you imagine going to a job interview with holes in your trousers? These are the things that I'm talking about. And sometimes we can complain about the smaller things, like when some people are working so hard to get to where they need to be. But what really touched me about his story was how he used the name of Jesus. And he said when he was about to give up, when he was about to stop caring and maybe go along a darker path, he looked towards Jesus and Jesus uplifted him. And Jesus told him that he can achieve anything he wanted to achieve. And he will provide that for him. If only he will believe in him. And that's what sometimes we don't do in the Western world. It's because we're so privileged and because our lives are so good, we kind of get comfortable. And when we get comfortable, we forget about Jesus. We forget about our need for God. We forget He's even existed. So sometimes in these third world countries, that is why they have such great faith in Jesus, because they have gone through a bit of suffering. We have to remember in our Christian lives that Christianity isn't just about living a happy life. It's also about suffering. God actually permits us to suffer sometimes. We can look at this verse, we can look at Philippians chapter 1 verses 29, and it says, "For unto you is given in the behalf of Christ, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for his sake." So we see here that as a Christian, it's okay to suffer sometimes. These people that I said, these and celebrities in Guyana, they have suffered and they have been through things, and that is how we get stronger. You know, if we can remember that Jesus is the one we need to look to when we get into that kind of trouble. And I'd just like to bring you a verse here from the Bible, and it's from Mathew chapter 20 verse 16, and it says, "So the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. For many be called, but few chosen." So really, when we look at this verse, we can see that sometimes the last can be first. And sometimes as we sit down, and even the smallest thing, like having clean drinking water, or having somewhere to stay in the hospital, can be a real privilege in our lives. And we need to understand that there are a lot of people in this world that are working so hard just to get the smallest thing, and they are so grateful for it. And you know who they're praising? They're praising Jesus, and that's so happy for me to hear. So, there's one last thing before we end this video. My wife, she has a cousin here in Guyana, and she has a brain tumor. And she's in the hospital right now, and they've induced her into a sleep, and she's been in a sleep for since we've come in, about 2 weeks. She's in desperate need of surgery, and they've told her that in this country, they just don't have the ability to do that surgery. There's countries like America and England that can help. My wife, she's gone about in the hospital and she's protested to them, and she's tarried with them as to find a way of them actually helping. And they can help, but you know what? They need a lump sum of money. And this is the problem. When someone is here, and when someone is dying, someone is literally dying, and they're telling us that they cannot do it. They cannot do the work that needs to be done to save someone's life unless they get thousands and thousands of dollars. It just shows the privilege that we have. When you're in an emergency, when you need the ambulance, you call them and they're there for you, right? Here, we don't know. You can have a serious injury and no doctor can cure you. No doctor can do anything for you. And when you seek help from certain countries, they're telling you they cannot operate unless they get thousands and thousands of dollars. So what I'd like to ask you to do is I'd like to ask you to pray, to continue to pray for my wife's cousin. Pray for her. Prayer is so powerful. All we've been doing is praying for her, and we want to raise the money to allow her to get that operation. What I'm going to do is the Gofundme is in the link in the description. Go in the description and click on it and donate too. Pray. If you can pray. That is the best help. But if you can donate, also donate. And go down there. Everything is down there in the description. Have a read of it, and you will see everything you need to do and how you can help someone of lesser privilege than you today. So I thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe at the bottom, and I'll be coming at you every single week with another vlog from Guyana. And take care. And I hope we can explore our unknown years.